So we're in Vegas. I did do a little bit of... Oh, hi, Veronica. Right. I did a little bit of, what's that word? Housekeeping off stream. We've dropped a bunch of gear that I'm not using. Got some ammo, got some aid. I did some drugs off stream, yes. I found food. So I looked up, apparently corn, maize in this game is like one of the best foods for survival. So I found a lot of corn. My courier eats nothing but corn. They are fueled by corn. There's actually like a house like right over there. We'll actually go see it. There's a house that is filled with corn. There's like 35 corn in there. 70 corn, yeah. And then there's also more corn just like across the street. So there's a lot of corn, and corn is really good. I'd have a joke ready and all that, but the ones I know are too corny. There you go. That wasn't even my joke. I just read it from chat. So I guess do we have to talk about the Game Awards? Is that what has to happen? I want to talk about the Game Awards, but not necessarily the Game Awards themselves, but like the games. Does that make sense? Let me preface it. In terms of which games won, I could not give less of a shit what the Doritos Pope and his cabal of fucking hack frauds consider to be the best game in whatever category. That I don't give a shit about. You know, whatever game won, I don't care. Because I don't give any credence to the fucking people who chose it, so why the fuck should I care what they think is good or bad? I'm more interested in the game, like, I'd say more like new releases. Trailers. I'd have more to talk about. Like, I haven't watched the actual show. Because, like, I don't give a shit about Jeff Keighley talking about horse shit. Like, I don't want to listen to that. So I didn't. But I've looked at some trailers. Get this man on the voting board. It's like, I don't know. It's like, I feel like... Just... I don't know. It's hard for me to put into words of, like... I mean, I don't care what, like, any place thinks. The Expedition 33, the game show... No shit beyond my civic duties as a citizen of the United Kingdom who isn't bound by the... Oh, it's saying the thing he shouldn't. They should have won because they were French. Oh, so here it is. Look, this house is filled with corn. Look, it's filled with corn. I've already picked it all, but this house is just... It's got, like, sun lamps, and they're making corn in here. I'm assuming to make moonshine. I think there is a still in here somewhere. Or not. I don't know. They're like... There's, like, a bunch of corn. And so there's like 35 corn plants in here. So there we go. And this does grow back every week or so in game. And then I think there was more corn like over there. Like there's like literally just like a field of corn around here as well. And so I found a lot of corn. Truly a cornucopia. But yeah, so what I found interesting was let's talk about. We're gonna play the most boring DLC in the game, and then I'll talk about the games that came out. So,
Howdy, friend.
yeah. Zion, let's do it. I'm ready. Tell me. Okay, get it. Yes. I'm ready.
Bitch.
Oh, I gotta leave your friends behind. Okay.
You can't help but notice that the Brotherhood barely exists to these people out here. We're like an urban myth, no real presence on the outside. We just don't adapt like we should. Used to be that all you needed to get your way was a suit of power armor and a laser rifle. Now? Wow, you sound like Elder McNamara. I know, I should. Hell, it's...
Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, okay, we got it. Time for us to part ways. Okay. Gotta leave my friends behind. Where's the robot? There he is. Where does the robot go? Does he go back to Prim? Okay. I like how the Eddie is this game's version of like a dog. He counts in addition to a companion.
Are you here to jar me a while?
We used to strong on one of these fucking peasants with our big stompy suits and shiny guns. Man, I miss the old days. Ooh, a dress. Yeah. Although it's weird because like Fallout, I don't know. Fallout 1, the Brotherhood like helps, and then Fallout 2, the Brotherhood like is barely a thing. They're around, and now they're just like, oh wow, strong back perk actually has a thing here. All right, Zion me.
A big pack of
100 pounds or less. Oh Jesus, I need to like lose like 4 pounds. 5 pounds. Okay, well, you know how... Oh, no, wait. Corn isn't that heavy. Start exercising. The character just, like, immediately, like, drops to the ground, just starts doing push-ups. And just, like... Just for, like, the next 3 hours, it's just doing straight push-ups. What could we drop? Ammo's weightless. I could just drink 5 water. I don't have much, though. That's why I don't want to drink it. I could probably have sold these stim packs. Could have ditched the... That's only 3. Could have ditched the suppressed 22. Just eat food. Steak. And a Wawa. Drink the water, yeah. There we go.
Are you here to jar?
Yes. Drugs seem to be the answer, as they are to a surprising amount of things. Ooh, so I've mentioned this before. Let's talk... Okay, so this right here, these intros, do you think that this is a cutscene? How do you think they did this in-game?
Listen to what old Jed has to say.
Do you think that this is like a cutscene file playing?
Folks in the NCR started to hear about a community
Like some sort of, you know, thing? How do you think they're doing this?
Didn't know much about them, except that they were religious folks. Sent out missionaries to talk to the tribes. We've seen our share of cults, but the new Canaanites, they were on
Weird in-engine shenanigans? Yes, correct. That's a good one. That's definitely close. You've nailed it. Toggle free cam.
I reckon you know all about
They put a fucking filter or some static cells you can't get to. So look, it's literally like a tiny room with this like being projected on the wall.
Legend goes that Graham was the meanest,
As you can see.
bitch in the whole damn
Now, I mentioned something similar in Fallout 3.
They were ashamed.
Audio.
Yes.
How do you think... So, the way that... And you can see we're in a location called Endgame. That's interesting, because this mod tells you what cell you're in. Audio in this game has to come from an entity. It has to come from an entity. They can't just have audio playing. So whenever there's even like sound effects from like alarms or something, they're coming from some sort of entity that is playing thing. It's not the player, it's close.
I can't blame him.
If you peek behind the curtain,
The mal-paced Leggett finally met his match. Hanlon and Oliver kicked his new Canaanite butt right back over the river. Caesar had to make an example for the others, to show them that even at the highest level...
don't tell me there's an NPC called Fuckhead McSpeaker or something behind the wall. Exact. Bob from accounting. There's a couple, they have a couple different names. But yeah. So I wonder if I just like delete him, does it just soft lock? I'm not gonna do it because I don't want to sit through this these intros are long. Thank you, Bob, for this history lesson. You're literally watching an old western speaky film? Is that how they used to do it? You would know, Lugor. You were around in 1892 or whatever.
lit on fire and thrown into the Grand Canyon. people say he didn't even scream on the way down. Not long
But yeah,
after,
that's how they
some
do
of the
these for all the
slaves in Tribal
DLCs.
started to talk. Said Graham wasn't dead.
And for the ending of the game,
Shouldn't
too.
have been any surprise. All this talk
You
bothered
bitch.
Caesar, so he forbade anyone from speaking his name. Wanted to erase Joshua Graham.
Just freeze the player character here, so it looks like you're watching like a cutscene, and then have an NPC talk.
Came legends of the
There was a
Burning
period in
Rain,
where films had
haunting the
in-cinema
West.
narrators. My lord.
Probably just a tribal ghost story. But New Canaan's been silent for a long time. Maybe it's a coincidence. Maybe the Malpace Legate is dead. Or maybe Joshua Graham did crawl out of that canyon and finally
Joshua
found his
Graham.
way back home.
Oh, so this character that's narrating, Jeb? Does that look right to anyone? Oh, maybe it's just... Oh, it might be the lighting.
Here we are.
Oh, God.
I know your feet.
Jeb is Lee from the Walking Dead games. The first season. Because he died. Spoiler for a game that's like 15 years old. Can we save and quickly delete Bob from accounting? But like, that's the thing, is like, what would, I think nothing would happen. I just don't think anything would happen is the question, or is the issue. Let me check. Fallout Bob from accounting. He doesn't even have a wiki page. Oh, at the end, it's funny. At the end of the base game, when the ending plays, there is Ron the narrator. Which is Ron. If in theory there's a trigger to teleport you here once the sound file is finished playing, knowing how dodgy the end, it might just, you might just soft lock yourself if you do that. Well, hard lock yourself, because when you're out of free cam, you can't do anything in that little theater cell. Action Girl's alright. I don't want to get light step because it's going to be funny to do dead money without light step. We're gonna do Action Girl.
It hurt. I know you're tired, but I need.
Or it'll teleport you instantly when it doesn't read the sound file playing, depending on the trigger. We'll try it.
That worries me, Jed. Those descents we made through that slot canyon back up there. Ain't no way we're getting back.
Oh, I forgot to talk to Ricky and say he has a small dick. That's something you can do.
The first time, and the 15th. The new Canaanites will know a way, and if they don't, we've got the maps on our friend's Pip-Boy over there. Enough lollygagging.
Is that Judy from Cyberpunk? I don't
Keep an
know.
eye out for tribals.
Sorry.
Let us load the save. I also cleaned out a lot of the old saves, so there's 1,000 saves, 1,100 saves. So it was getting a little bit silly. So I deleted all of the pre-New Vegas saves, and we're only having the New Vegas ones. So you can talk to Ricky here.
Hey, little lady, don't be scared to join this caravan. I'll keep a close.
This guy's
eye
like a
on you.
creepy weirdo.
Real close. Promises.
So you can call him out. You do anything here besides make women sick?
You want to know what I do, Toots? Anything I fucking want.
Is that how you spell toots?
I'm one of
That
a
always
kind.
just looks like toots to
I've
me.
been places, see, and done things. Lots of them. And when it's time to kill shit up, hell yeah, I'm a fucking storm of death. Something or someone make the mistake of crossing Ricky, I'll fucking dead-eye him, her,
Your brother is a
or
bitch, and
it.
so are you.
In fact, that's my nickname. Dead-Eye Ricky. That's my name. How you think? I shoot things in
Nerd.
the eye. That's how good I am. Yeah, I'm that good. Why, once I got jumped by 3 death jaws. Except, actually, it was 4 of them. Imagine that. But I didn't panic.
This is what all of the people who like Bethesda Fallout and the Fallout show sound to me.
Shot every one of
Whenever
them
they're
monsters
talking about like
up
lore
in
and
the
characters
eye.
and stuff, it's like, yo, I love Death Jaws. I love Death Jaws and I love Fallout.
No, you heard me right. Death jaws. They're like death claws, but bigger teeth. Or there was the time one of them Steel Brotherhood assholes made the mistake of messing with me. Last mistake he ever made.
You're saying you killed a Brotherhood of Steel Paladin? Or please go on, this promises to be entertaining.
I was walking along, minding my own, and up pops one of them Brotherhoods. He yells, "Hand over that laser rifle, asshole!" So I hand it over, just to make him think I'm scared. But really I'm not. I never am. Before he knows what hit him, I draw my 11mm machine gun and bam, bam, right through the eye slit in his helmet. DOA.
Here you have, look, here's a rare guns check. Gun skill doesn't have many conversation checks, and this is one of them. I don't know if if this is vanilla or if this is modded. It has to be vanilla then. Power armor training, or look, the eye slits of the T-Series are bulletproof.
Then I guess this dumb fucker's armor must have been D-Series or something. All I know is he died up real dead when I killed him. Okay?
He died up real dead when I killed him.
Well, I grew up near Dayglow out west, so yeah, I grew a third nut that
It is
glows in
vanilla.
the dark.
I assumed so when the audio played.
I'll drop trout for you out on the trail after dark, sis. Let you see what you're working with. Know what I mean?
And so you can either say that you're going to shoot his dick or that you do the classic call his dick small.
Hey, that's... Man, what a bitch. I was just being friendly. Nice job, Eagle Eye. Of course I got a pit boy and a vault.
A pit boy.
So what?
Is he just dyslexic?
Where the fuck you think? Vault 2-2. That's where I grew up.
Oh, since I found Vault 22, I actually can call him out on this.
Oh, you've been to Vault 2-2, huh? I may have been exaggerating a little. Truth is, I got this suit and the pit boy off a dead prospector who came out
Pit boy.
from Zion. Guy was dead when I found him, okay? Had a ton of shit on him. That's how I know there's good loot in Zion, see?
She's not Judy from Cyberpunk, but her VA has been in WoW a lot, weirdly enough.
Sorry. The shit I do with it is so far over your head, be wasting my time to put it in words you could understand. Basically, it makes me badass. More badass, I mean. It's totally mind-blowing shit. It ain't just some bracelet. Know what I mean? Jed says it's got maps and shit like that. So that's how I'm gonna guide this caravan where it needs to go. Not that I didn't know all that already.
Did you notice I'm wearing a Pip Boy too?
Huh? Of course.
Okay.
Me? I'm so used to wearing mine.
Your Pip Boy isn't working, the screen's locked up, and the reboot button is missing.
Bullshit! Ain't nothing wrong with my pit boy. I mean, Pip Boy. Look, this is a sweet gig for me. Don't go fucking it up. What are you after anyway?
Alright. And then you can call him out that he's a psycho addict.
Hey, hey, hey! Fuck you! I didn't say nothing about using psycho.
How much psycho you got stashed away when you're out on the trail, the withdrawal's not pleasant?
God damn it! I didn't say nothing about using psycho. But, just talking hypno-theoretically.
Hypno-theoretically.
Suggestions?
They asked me if I had a degree in theoretical physics. I said I had a degree in hypno-theoretical physics.
Fixer? Guess I can use it when I run. That much for... Alright. Ten hits will last.
Alright, cool. Of course, we're going to load this save, because we just have to test. Weight limit. Ready to go. Ready to go.
A big
Oh, I got to drink water. Right. Character just, like, rips 5 bottles of water out of their pack and just downs them. Alright, let's go. I'm ready. Alright. Toggle free cam. Everyone, please take your seats in the theater. We're watching Fallout New Vegas on his hearts.
The paths we're following are slow going.
Okay.
So you...
What happens if we just kill him? Lugor, you were right!
All right, people.
You were right, Lugor. He's okay. So he's immune, not immune. He's essential. So he only fell unconscious. But as soon as he stopped talking, it teleported you out. That's really cute. They thought of, well, I'm curious if like, do you think that that's just a backup in case something breaks? That in case in case for whatever reason the NPC just like fucks up or like the line doesn't play correctly for for whatever reason, that's just a way to get the player out of there. Like it just like hard cuts. Okay, you're done. Speedrun tactics. I know my shitty coding. See, I'm gonna just load that because I want my psycho back. I sold that guy a bunch of drugs. I want them. The trigger must be something along the lines of run sound file if sound file is not playing teleport to X. Huh. So don't get attached to these characters. Could you not take the psycho from his core? Oh, well, fucking too late now. God damn it. Yeah. Well, yeah, whatever. It doesn't matter.
Something up ahead. God damn it, ambush!
Oh no, we're being ambushed.
I don't deserve
So everyone here dies. There's no way to save them.
Holy shit! Die on me, woman.
Oh no, Lee from The Walking Dead. Oh wow, he lost his arm, kind of like how he does in the last episode of The Walking Dead Season 1 from Telltale Games. Now available on all gaming platforms. Here I come, I was, They certainly were. I remember when I first played this years ago, that actually, I thought these characters were going to be characters, and then suddenly, like, oh, everyone's dead and I'm the only one left? Oh. Oh. That's what the lady, yeah, that is what the lady said right before she died. I was watching the ITV Sharp series on my phone when I was in hospital, so hearing ambush just filled my head with vague French noises, Sean Bean in tight trousers. I actually know what that is. I've heard of that. I've never seen it, but I've heard of it. Oh yeah, the video's out, by the way.
Hoy, white legs don't leave survivors often. You're some kind of lucky, let me tell you.
I follows Chalk.
You came from outside, didn't you? From the civilized lands.
The Fallout video is
Wow.
out. It's on my channel,
Joshua will want to
on
hear about
YouTube.
this. Joshua Graham. He leads our tribe. Thanks to him, the dead horses are strong and safe from our enemies. He'll want to talk to anyone coming up from Southways. Guess that means...
So, follows Chalk. With you watch videos at ×4 speed? You are not beating the zoomer allegations, Cyber. Do you do it with on your other monitor? You watch a video at 4 times speed with while playing, like, you know, I don't know, you're playing COD on your main monitor and then you're playing Subway Surfers on your phone? I don't know. I just like at 4 times speed. How is anything even? How is anything even intelligible? I could see like times 1.25 or 1.5 even, but like 4 times speed. Jesus. Okay, so we need to go to get the survivalist's rifle. We need to go here. I'm not making fun of you. It's just I'm surprised. It's like holy shit. Also, it's funny because I thought I spoke too fast in that video. That's one thing I actually, if I could go back and like rechange everything, is like, I kind of wish I slowed down a little bit. This is gonna hurt. Fuck. An hour and 37 minutes and 37 seconds, mind you. I wonder, if I take like a Med-X and like a buff out, you can watch it. Nope. That's not. Nope. Nope. Man, how do we get down there without me? I might be able to sprint jump into the water. I'll watch it on 2 times for you. You can watch it however you want. It's more so me just expressing surprise. Oh ho! So, if you go around... This is the red gate right here. Right up here. You go up here. You will find the remains of this... Oh, big mantis. You will find the remains of the survivalist of Randall Clark. Randall Clark. The survivalist duffel bag. And his really good weapon. This is like one of the best stories in New Vegas. So, oh fuck, I forgot this alphabetizes it, so I don't know what was it called? What did I pick up? Oh shit. 2-year, okay, so this is a story of a guy who came here to Zion after the war. He was around during he survived the Great War, and he lived in Zion for years and years and years, and a bunch of tragedies happened to him, and eventually there was a bunch of kids who came in here, like a bunch of small children wandered in here, and he started leaving them stuff. He started leaving them books, and then weapons and manuals, practical stuff. He tells them, you know, to read and learn, and that Zion is a gift, and to make up for all the sorrows of their lives and stuff like that. And he tells them, and he signs it with the father, and then eventually he starts to die. He has cancer. He has some sort of thing with his lungs. And he goes up and to this rock so that they don't find his body. And he leaves them a message saying, like, he's going to watch over them. Like, even though you won't get notes from him, the father is still watching over you. And then he dies. And it's really sad. And it's like, I wish them well. It's been a gift for me, a gift to me at the end of it all to behold innocence. This is, if you've not read the notes if you've not read the survivalist notes, if you've played this, read them. It's a very, very touching story. And it ends very bittersweet. And the kids that he protected here are the Soros, the tribe that lives here in Zion. So, but also I get his survivalist rifle. Wow, look at this modded version of it. Look at that. I'm not sure I like the foreguard. I kind of like the cube, the square one or the triangular one. Also, it covers up it covers up the words that were carved on the weapon. Oh no, there it is. It's on the receiver now. So on the receiver, or in the vanilla version, on the gun, on the stock, or not, yeah, on the stock, there is on one side carved in stop, on the other side arrêté, which is stop in French, because Randall Clark served as a soldier in occupied Canada. You sound so professional in the video. I guess. It breaks down as I get further in. I get a bit more animated later on. There's a fucking Sharp reference in Fallout 2. The Rage Unleashes. I get a bit more, like, fucking annoyed with some of the stuff I'm talking about in later on. In post-apocalyptic a character by the name of Obadiah Hawkswill resides in the town of Reading. In a side quest to aid the sheriff, the player can choose to bring Obadiah to justice for cutting up the face. Oh, that quest! Somewhat sociopath nature, Obadiah over the Sarah Squarva and an exception with their mothers and a belief in their own invincibility. See, you know, people complain about Fallout 2 for its Hakeswell. People complain about Fallout 2 for its references. That's probably a reference that a lot of people from North America didn't get, because who the fuck in North America has watched that fucking Sean Bean show? I like this survivalist, right? I'm not 100% certain on this retexture. It's nice, but I like the crack in the foreguard. There's like a really huge crack. All the stuff. It's like it really does feel like it's being kept together. This weapon is like 200. You know, this was used very much by this guy. It's like 200 years old. It's like wire and string and just like wrapping the receiver together. Like is that like it's wire and tape, or like string or cord or something that is like holding the top receiver to the bottom receiver, like the top of the receiver to the bottom of the receiver. There's like a nice big crack and a bunch of like duct tape. It does this. Oh, really? Oh, okay. Actually, really. Okay. So one of the really neat little things about the vanilla version of this gun is, ow. One of the neat little things about the vanilla version of this gun is that the front sight is bent, and it's a very good watch. Books are fantastic. I might give it a watch. Oh Jesus, gecko. What's it called? The front receiver looks like it's from a C7 or C18, the Canadian service rifle. Well, if so, that might be really good. That's actually really clever. If so, that's a good. If that modder did that, that's really clever. That's really good. But like the front sight in the vanilla version is bent, and it's bent heavily. So instead of using the front post, you're using the two little side posts. You're using the left one or the right one. I don't remember which one it is. But one of them is like bent over, and it becomes your front sight, your front post, which is a cute little thing considering it's like a gun that's really old and beat up. Right when you start talking about Fallout 4, your tone changes. Oh, it gets worse. Like, my tone gets so much more harsh towards Fallout 4 when I actually start like diving into the game more heavily. I get much more critical. That's nice. Nice reload animation. There's a picture on like taped to the stock, which is cute, but I'm not 100% about that. High res textures. Fucking kicks like a mule.
Well, that's that then.
Retexture of Zion looks okay. I don't know if it's just like... So, Zion is... If you've ever seen photos, or have ever been to Zion, you'll know that this game does not do it justice. Obviously this little DLC does not do it justice. Zion is like the elevation is like nuts. Some of the canyons, you're at like the bottom of a canyon, and there are sometimes like vertical cliff walls going up like 100 feet, 200 feet. Like it's the scale is immense, and the sort of topography is hard to put into a video game as well. Like in terms of you know, you have to have like you have to have levels. You know, you have to have some sort of horizontal area for the player to like move around in. It's absolutely beautiful. I would love to go there one day. It looks stunning. But yeah, so they've tried. Again, this was just a small DLC. This is probably the worst, if not second worst DLC in this game. Depending on whether I'm feeling if I hate this or Lonesome Road more. But I'll give it credit for trying something different. But they didn't do it very well, but they tried. B for effort. Once we're done talking to Joshua Graham, I will continue. I will actually start. I wanted to, because I actually made notes. I want to talk about some of the games that were revealed during the Game Awards. The Game Awards themselves, don't give a shit. I want to talk about some of the trailers and how they were mostly disappointing. The main issue with Lonesome Road is fucking Ulysses, yes. Ulysses is not a well-written character. You could argue that he's a very bad character. Could probably make something with this. I have thoughts on the Divinity trailer. Ow, fuck. A bottle of water. I don't have any bottles. I wonder if this game would let me, if I bottle this water, would it end up... This mod is weird, the bottle water mod. I'll bottle water from a source that is rad-free, and it will give me dirty water, so... Speaking of bottles... Can I do it? What are you gonna give me? Are you gonna give me dirty water or clean water? Dirty water. So this water here, that is pure, the pure water of Zion, somehow me putting it into a bottle fills it with radiation. Okay. 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 There's two border bears high-fiving. Ooh. Hesitant about... doesn't really fit the tone of the previous Divinity games. Hesitant about Divinity 3 because BJ3 was horny to the point of ruining characters, and the new game shows a mad cult. I have thoughts. I'm gonna wait until we're done talking to Joshua. You can talk. You can keep talking, but I don't want it because this is like a...
We should have given you a better welcome on.
Hello, Keith Zarabica.
But from what I hear, the Whitelegs beat us to it. Whitelegs seem to be the only visitors we have these days, and I wouldn't have expected anyone from the Mojave to come looking for us.
What a good voice.
Courier, no less. Not the one I was expecting, but I suppose he wouldn't have come with a caravan. I don't know if you were close to the other members of your group, but you have my sympathy. I pray for the safety of all good people who come to Zion, even Gentiles. But we can't expect God to do
We
all
can't
the
expect God to do all the work. He said the line. He said the line. It's Harbinger from Mass Effect.
Happy trails. I remember. They were good friends. I have bad news for your employers. New Canaan was destroyed, its citizens scattered. All because of the Whitelegs. And Caesar, of course. The Whitelegs want to join the Legion. Caesar's rite of passage is the destruction of the New Canaanites. Almost assuredly because of me. The good news is that we can help you find your way back. Daniel, one of the other New Canaanites, has made many maps of the region. The bad news is that we can't help you right now.
Someone was really
Not
proud
with
of this
everything that's
animation
going on.
of him checking all these 45s. Like, yeah, I know some people. I remember people like, "Oh, he's looking down the barrel." It's like it's fine. Looking down the barrel of a gun is fine if you've checked that it's unloaded. Like you have to do that sometimes to make sure that the barrel is clear. I took a gun training course like a month ago, and we did that. You check that the gun is unloaded. You remove the magazine. You check if the chamber is empty. If the gun is unloaded, you're sure that the gun is unloaded. You have checked. It's okay to look down the barrel to check for obstructions and other, issues. It's not a big deal.
You're a good neighbor to us. We all go through periods of darkness. In such times, we can turn to the Lord. But it's good to have friends. Daniel and I need pre-war tools to help us navigate beyond Zion. Should we need to evacuate, these instruments will be vital to us. Normally, we would have some of the dead horses or sorrows look for them. But many pre-war buildings in the valley are taboo. They won't go inside. Thank you. Follows Chop can help you find your way around the valley. He's inexperienced, but he knows enough of our language to ignore the taboos about pre-war buildings.
So some people thought that this DLC was like... Some people consider this DLC like racist depiction of like natives. And it's like, you do realize that these tribals are not Native Americans, first off. These tribals are like post-apocalyptic people who have formed new tribes and cultures and traditions. These are people who were like isolated in the middle of a nuclear wasteland for the last 2 centuries and have made up their own entire culture and history. Like how everyone had to get into places there when I popped out of that zone. Anyway, we're done talking to Joshua. We're going to now talk about some of the videos or the trailers that came out from the Game Awards. That's what I called? Okay, so Divinity. Let's talk about Divinity. So the big reveal with the big statue in the desert was Divinity. A lot of people were disappointed because they thought it was everything else but Divinity, because who the fuck would think it's Divinity? They're basically tourists who were here when the bombs fell and they had some serious technological regression. Exactly. So, who the fuck could have guessed that it was Divinity? Not me, or apparently no one else until someone found the trademark for the logo being the trademark information for the logo. The trailer itself, to me, it's here. I'll lay it out. This is going to be an issue for most of the trailers. It did not tell me anything about the game. I literally... What the fuck? Joshua?
Welcome back. What can I do for you?
Okay.
God.
Okay, yeah. Ooh, he's doing his Canaanite stuff. It told me it's gonna be a bit fucked up, but otherwise, yeah, like, I think it's just... I'm also gonna say, I think that trailer was like... Great Joshua of the Rock, share your wisdom. I think that Divinity trailer was, like, gratuitous. I think that trailer, I'm like, I don't know, like, it felt like, okay, we get it. Like, holy shit, like, did we need to see someone being, like, burned alive in hyper-realism and, like, the muscle being ripped? Did we need to, like, I get what they're trying to, like, if, okay, whatever was going on there was, like, weird pagan debauchery. I get it. I get it. They're burning someone alive in a Wicker Man, and, well, like, gorging themselves on food, joyfully watching the man burn to death, and there's, like, a fucking public orgy happening. But, like, did we need to see that? Like, what am I supposed to gain from that? You know, and then, like, at the end, the giant flesh statue. I was just like, okay, I feel like... Oh, just like dark fantasy. It's like, yeah, okay, cool, yeah, right, got it, okay, right, yep. Just blood and guts and, I don't know, it felt gratuitous. I don't know. And again, I think the biggest issue, though, is that it told me literally nothing about what the actual game is. So I'm like... I don't know, like, am I supposed to be excited for this? Like, why? It made me think of how, those are all the kid skeletons. It made me think of... What am I trying to say? It made me think that if I was 15 to 20, I would have thought that that trailer was amazing. Was like, I would have been so hyped for Divinity, despite not knowing a single thing about that trailer, not telling me like a single thing about the game. And I guess nowadays I feel like I want a bit more. Like, I don't know, like, am I supposed to be excited for that? Like, what am I supposed to be excited for? And this is something that you see with a lot of these trailers that were shown. It's like, what you haven't shown me anything. What am I supposed, like, I don't even know, too. Like, they're saying it's going to be bigger than Baldur's Gate. And it's like, okay, so is it going to be like a turn-based strategy game? Like a turn-based strategy RPG, like, not strategy, but like a turn-based RPG? Or is it going to be something more akin to, like, I don't know, like a Witcher kind of thing? Or what is it? Like, what is it going to be? Is it going to be like an action game? I don't know. Like, so why should I be excited about it? Going to get a bit of leeway as far as announcement trailers are concerned, but as long as we're making a game, then it's fine. Second trailer should actually show something relevant to the game. That also comes into, yeah, it's like, yeah, visually, it's like, yeah, that's well made. Again, I thought it was a bit fucking insane, some of the visuals. Like, I'm like, that's a bit fucked. Like, I don't know what this is like. Is this like, I don't know, maybe they were going for, like, I don't know, because, like, again, it feels like, oh, it feels a little edgy. It feels a little edgy. It feels a bit like, okay, we get it. I get it. It's your, yeah, okay. Like, it's not surprising. It feels indulgent, the amount of, like, the violence and like, the stuff like that. It felt weird to me. What do we have to do next? Gun fishing. Okay. But it's just like, I don't know what the fuck I'm supposed to get from this other than, you know, yeah. Because, like, it didn't show me any gameplay. And then the other thing, and this is, so, I keep tripping over my own words. There's a lot to talk about. The trailer's not showing anything is a big one. The second one is the trailers being for games that aren't going to be coming out for sometimes years. To be fair, we're the weirdos. The main customer base for these things are 15 to 20, but it's very much me playing devil's advocate. Okay, fair. Although, to me, I guess it is, but, like, I wasn't, I don't know, I would, it's just, it was a bit much, I don't know. I don't know if I would, I think even at 20, I would have been like, was that, like, it was, like, some of it was like, oh god, when, like, the flesh on the guy's arm is, like, ripping apart, I'm like, ugh, I don't want to see that in, like, hyper-realism, Jesus fucking Christ. But, like, that just felt weird. And then, like, it felt like whipped, like, tonal, like weird, like, oh, these people are fucking boning. Like, they're having, like, a fucking public orgy in front of the Wicker Man. And it's like, I understand, if the tone is supposed to be, it's like, this is, like, a weird, debauched, pagan ritual. where people are indulging in all these things. It's like, yeah, I get that, but it's like, do we need to see them fucking in front of the man burning? Did we need to see that visually? But as I was saying, issues with games coming, or for trailers for games that are coming out in like fucking what, like 4 or 5 years maybe? 3, 4, 5 years depending, is just like, I don't know, it's like, what, like, can you announce games when they're closer to being done? Sorry, Gecko. Which brings me also to I actually wrote some notes, and what I called this one was Star Wars KOTOR thing. So they're doing like a Knights, like a, what is it actually called? It's called like Fate of the Old Republic or some shit. So it's an Old Republic sequel, question mark? Like but it's like it's got Casey Hudson back, which isn't, like, I don't know, that doesn't mean anything to me, because, like, so what? It didn't show, again, it's another trailer that didn't show a fucking thing. Fucking Kel surprise. And I just, like, they said, like, earlier today, last thing I played that Casey messed with was Mass Effect 3, which, they said that that's not, don't expect that to come out until, like, don't expect that to come out until, like, 2030. They even said, someone said something along the lines of, like, it's gonna be on PlayStation 7 or something like that. And it's like, why are you announcing a game that's not gonna come out for a potential half a decade? Maybe more. Like, what the fuck? Like, you've probably do you have anything done then? You've written on a napkin the title of the game and made a trailer, and that's what, like, you're expecting us to get excited for that? So another thing is, like, these games are not coming out for, you know, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe 6+ years. And it's like, okay, what, like, Christ. That feels kind of thing, like, it feels like, again, it's weird that I feel like that should be criticized more, because it reminds me of, like, the late 2000s, early 2012s, where there was a thing where, specifically with trailers not showing any gameplay, and people going like, what the fuck am I, like, what is this? You didn't show any gameplay. You showed, like, some fancy pre-rendered footage, and that's it. Like, you know, and also, like, why are these games, like, this game isn't coming out for, like, 1,000 years. Why should I care? What? They're clipping through the ground. What the fuck was that? Uh-oh. Ow. Casey's had a huge catalog of stuff he's worked on damn good shit, except for the most recent 2, which is ME3 and Anthem. And it's like, yeah, and also it's just like, I don't know, it's been a long time. What else do I have written down? Total Warhammer 40K. Also a game that's probably not coming out for another couple of years, like 3-4 years probably. Of course, there wasn't any, like, gameplay shown. Everything there was just, like, very, very, very early basic footage. Yeah, they're doing a Total War 40K. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's gonna, like, it's one of those things where, at the very least, I know, since it's part of an existing series, it's like, yeah, I can imagine what the gameplay is going to be. It's going to be a strategy game. A real-time strategy game where you're commanding armies. It's like, I can picture that based off of the existing games. So that's not that bad of an issue. But I also know that it's Creative Assembly, so the game is probably going to be extraordinarily broken on launch. And it's going to be they have a worse DLC like pricing strategy than like Paradox. You know, they're both like fucking atrocious in terms of like, here's 8 billion DLCs and they all cost $40. So like I hope like that's one of those things is, yeah, I hope that that's good, but it's probably going to be good. It's probably going to be good 4 years after it comes out and after spending like $500.
There they are. This one's mine.
Okay. How are they gonna... Apparently it's also coming to PlayStation and Xbox, so how are they gonna get it working? Okay, well there's another thing. So now we know also that the UI is going to be atrocious on the or on the computer because it had to be adapted for the console. So that's another thing that's fun. There's only 4 factions listed. Well, that's the thing, is that they're gonna sell you more.
This one's mine.
They'll sell you commanders and new units for every single one, so there'll be, you know, oh, Commander blah blah of the Imperial Guard, and he has, you know, oh, here's like a fucking another type of, you know, you want like, you know, Ketchikan or other shit like that. You know, you're gonna pay for that. Oh, you want like a different flavor of Orc or a different flavor of Eldar, you're gonna pay $15, $20 each. You know, oh, you want a new faction? Well, $40, $30, probably 30. They'll probably sell them for 30. Okay, so here's the other reason why we wanted to do Honest Hearts early. We wanted this gun, the Survivalist Rifle, and then we also wanted this. Ooh, it's so pretty. The Medicine Stick. What else? Oh, the probably like the funniest disappointment or like thing of the night was the final game that was shown, which I wrote down as not Titanfall game in my notes. The not Titanfall game was really funny, because like there Mr. Doritos Pope himself, Geoff Keighley, is up there on stage going like, this is the greatest thing ever made ever, from what I've seen people say. Granted, that's like the only thing I actually watched. What I saw was clips of people being disappointed. I didn't see the actual clip of him talking normal, like the thing. I saw clips of him talking, of people reacting to that reveal and being like, oh my god. So it's like, from the people who made Titanfall 2, here is the next greatest thing ever, and it's a fucking PvP free-to-play hero shooter coming out in like January. And I'm like, we're still making PvP hero shooters in the year of our Lord 2026? Like, I said, like, I said, like, are these people, like, were the devs stuck in, like, a time vortex? You know, they're like 2 to 4 years too late. You know, like this, like that kind of thing is, like, it's clearly, like, sunsetting. And I know some people go like, oh, Marvel. And I'm like, yeah, but like that's like, I'd say more so an exception. You know? I saw someone like quote tweet that like the tweet of the, they like the release, like the company was like, our new game, you know, whatever the fuck it's called, is coming out in January, play here or whatever. Something like that. And someone said, someone like quote tweeted them and said like, file for chapter 11 preemptively or something like that. Like who the fuck is asking for another first person, like another, not first person, like another hero shooter, like, ah. I think maybe, do you think, no, I don't know. But do you think, I think there might be a couple people who still, a couple devs who are still probably going to try to chase that trend, probably because of Marvel Rivals. You know, completely not realizing that Marvel was a unique case, considering it, marketing execs, it's usually marketing execs. Yeah. I don't know. It's just like it honestly looked like the most sort of generic sci-fi future fantasy. That's another thing that a lot of people complained about too. It's like so many games, it's like it's science fiction fantasy mashup where they're like, and it's like it's so, everything like blends together. It all looks the fucking same. These people are like presenting this thing as if it's like the hottest new thing that's ever been invented. And it's like, we've seen like 20 of these already. Yeah, that's show business. Now I want a diesel punk story-driven RPG. Just one. Well, there used to be one. There used to be a whole series of games like that. They were called Fallout. But we don't talk about that anymore. Something fucking different that isn't just chase what they think the Zoomers and kids want while having no actually clue what either wants. Yeah.
Blessings of the Father in the cave on you. Daniel is waiting for you.
Okay. Or like, see, you know what's like even worse though is that even in cases where they get people who are younger to be like, okay, what do the kids want? What is something that's going to be hot? It's like even they still either do they try to chase trends, or they still manage to get people who are like out of touch.
The dead horse has told me details about the attack on your caravan. A stranger's sympathy might not count for much, but for what it's worth, I'm sorry.
Oh, and then my last note was Half-Life 3 not happening, duh. Honestly, I don't understand why the fuck people thought that Half-Life 3 was like, come on. You, like, please. Fucking please.
Well, I'll be. I was starting to lose hope we'd be able to get any of this, much less all of it. Tribals are smart, but, well, they're ignorant. Letting go of a taboo is difficult for them. so I knew it would have to be one.
Have you seen Gabe's Yacht collection? We ain't getting Half-Life 3. It's, but like, you know, I don't know, like they, like...
These supplies are a godsend. But if we're going to evacuate Zion without drawing more white-leg attention...
Like, people get themselves into a fucking hype over insane cope.
Scout out some locations for
Like they do stuff like, they start reading tea leaves. Fucking, you know, they start reading tea leaves, fucking dealing tarot cards. They fucking look at the patterns of the stars in the sky, and they go, fucking definitely, Half-Life 3, out this, announced tomorrow. And it's wrong. And it's been wrong for fucking 15 years.
I appreciate the enthusiasm. There aren't a lot of people in the wasteland with kindness to spare for anyone who isn't kin. Since you've been poking around the valley, you might see more activity from the Whitelegs. One of the Sorrow's hunters, Waking Cloud, has volunteered to help guide you through the valley. She has a special talent for staying out of sight. After this, it's just a matter of getting everyone out of here safe and sound. And hopefully, you can head back to the Mojave without any more trouble.
Oh, right, we have to blow up tunnels or whatever.
Well, here we part ways.
Daniel said that I was to travel with...
I had Half-Life 3 once, and Half-Life 3 hype once. Pretty sure most of you were in your nappies at the time, so what does that tell you? I would have been like 15, so... I don't think I was in nappies still, pretty sure, but, yeah, I don't know, it's just, like, I said I'm pretty sure I'm not. I wasn't. Also, I'm also biting my nail because I got a hangnail and it's pissing me off. Half-Life 2 Episode 2 came in 2007. I would have been 13 at the time Half-Life 2 came out. 12 or 13. No, 13. Yeah, probably 13. Something like that. Half-Life 2 was 2004. Half-Life 2 came out in 2004. Wait, what? Yeah, 2006 was one. I didn't know how to parse that sentence there for a little bit, Plagueling. I thought you were saying you were one in 2006 for a second. Like, what the fuck is he trying to say? Oh. I have to get all these fucking caves for the...
Hola, outsider. Welcome, child of omens. You come to receive visions of truth? Take drugs, kill a bear, seek medicine plant, return with sacred datura root, receive visions of truth, they guide you. Spirits guide you whether you listen or not. Smarter to listen, hmm?
I felt my back creak and I'm laying down, god damn it. Take drugs, kill a bear. Oh boy. Anyway, yeah, that's a Wild Wasteland line. So, what was I gonna say? So I was not really impressed with any of the things that were shown at the Game Awards. If I'm being brutally honest. Just like blah. Because like none of them showed like gameplay. Nothing I was remotely interested in actually showed gameplay. So kind of don't care. Of course, I didn't actually watch the award show in and of itself because Jeff Keighley, like, I don't know, I just don't give a shit about him. Was it annoying? Was it dumb and annoying and bad? Was the show was it just like what you expect from it? Like, was it just like blah blah blah, blah blah blah? Oh, I haven't looked at medicine stick yet. Look at the medicine stick. Ooh. Ah. This actually might be my least favorite model for this I've ever seen. It's not bad. It's high res. Ooh, okay, I do like the cartridge loops on the gun, on the stock there. That's not bad. Decently cleaned up sight. What does it sound like? It's a bit too clean. I do it's weird because like it's not I wish it was more nickel plated like the regular version is. It doesn't really look like, it looks like chromed almost, like to like a finish, where the other one is like, the base game one is like nickel plated almost. Stone Bones Cave. Why are there so many fucking caves? None of those words made sense to me. Hell Mountain Range.
You have root of sacred. These roots make sacred vision tea.
Oh, I fucking hate. I hate drug trips. Oh, good. The drugs gave me motion blur. Oh my god, look at that. Oh, fuck, that actually, oh. Oh, that actually hurt my eyes. Blaja was a stuffed shark from IKEA. Oh, it became a meme, bisexual meme. Okay. Oh, hi. Oh, we gotta talk to fucking. I'm gonna call him Jacob. Joshua. Joshua, I'm doing a drug trip right now. Can it wait?
By the rivers of Babylon, there we sat down. Yea, we wept when we remembered Zion. Remember, O Lord, the children of Edom in the day of Jerusalem, who said, raise it even to the foundation. O daughter of Babylon, who ought to be destroyed, happy shall he be, that rewardeth thee as thou hast served us. Happy shall he be that taketh and dasheth thy little ones.
This would be one hell of a conversation went off your tits, yeah.
Do you know what it means?
You'd rather kill every last one of the white legs.
Given those two choices, yes. In the best of all possible worlds, they would just leave us in peace. But they won't. I don't enjoy killing, but when done righteously, it's just a chore, like any other.
He said the other line.
Practiced hands make for short work. And the good Lord knows there's much to be done here. Daniel and I don't agree on everything, but in our hearts, we both want what's best for the Sorrows and Dead Horses. You've seen what the Whitelegs do, and I think you know what has to be done. If Daniel hears it from someone other than me, well, Zion may not be lost to us after all.
Okay. So it's kind of weird. It doesn't matter what you choose. If you choose to help, even if you choose to fight the Whitelegs and keep the Sorrows in Zion, every single NPC disappears when you finish the DLC. So doesn't really matter. This is awful. This is an awful. We need to fucking get. We need to finish this. This whoo, just like Vaseline smeared over the screen. Oh, I gotta move so slowly with. I gotta do like E3 mouse. You know what? You know in E3 presentations when they go like, you know, like and they go like. Like that. I need to do E3. What? All these animals that don't, are like stuck in the water. All right, you need 100 for the 100 gun skill for the medicine stick because it is that fucking good of a gun. Oh, fuck, Vault 22 stuff, right. People from Vault 22, right, I remember. That's another thing you learn in the Survivalists thing. This is oh. Oh, This whatever this is also another Gunrunner's Arsenal gun. It's been placed here. So the Gunrunner's Arsenal was a DLC that added a bunch of new weapons and also unique weapons to the game. And the way that they were put into the game normally is that you would just buy them from the Gunrunners. You'd go to the Gunrunners and they would be priced very high, sometimes like 20,000 caps. And that's how you get them. And there's a mod in this pack that takes those guns and essentially scatters them across the world so you can find them in more interesting locations than just buying them from a vendor. So this is a custom hunting rifle. Did that bear just come out of a rock? Did that bear just come out of a rock? Oh, a lot of bears. A lot of rock bears. Custom reload animation. This one doesn't have an external magazine or a removable magazine. This one has a 3-round internal. I've never actually used this gun. It's the one that has like the Mexican flag wrapped around the stock. What is this? Paciencia? Paciencia? Paciencia. Patience. Along with the anti-material rifle, has the highest critical damage output in the game. And according to Sawyer, was it Sawyer? I have the page. According to Joshua Sawyer, it's called Patience because you only have 3 rounds. So you gotta make sure your shots count. Lame boy at Lance.
You leave me no choice. Let's go.
What is fucking happening?
Let's move on.
Okay, can this fucking effect go away? I swear. Oh, vomit.
Does Ghost of Sheep? Then visions of truth are at an end.
Thank you. Holy shit, that was awful. Whoa. I can see again. What did they give me? She's Embrace. What is this, unarmed? Oh, this will come in handy. Yep. Never using that. I do like this. I do like this Patience gun. Nice model. Nice reload. Reloading one at a time. Very satisfying. What do we have to do now? We have to help these losers get out of Zion, or whatever the fuck. Oh my god, I didn't finish this quest for the fucking... Oh my god, I didn't finish this quest for the boomers. Tell Loyal that the array has been repaired. Oh my god. Alright, I guess we're gonna have to do that. I'm leaving like 300 XP on the table. It's like an 1/8 of a level or whatever. Also, have we lost our debuff yet? No. How do we undebuff ourselves? The humble debuff. Do I have to kill Bonnie? Benny? Boney? Bonson?
Leave me no
Bad.
Let's go. Let's go.
Holy shit. She's just like Veronica. Look at her just punching cazadors. Moaning Glory
We
Cave.
should not be here. This place, it belongs to the Father in the caves. We must not profane it with our touch.
What are you talking about?
The Father in the caves. The Holy Father who gave the Sorrows his succor and gave the new Canaanites his son. Many of the caves around the valley are sacred to him, and those who would trespass are punished by holy wrath.
What I find funny is how I like how the new Canaanites are trying to, like, I don't know, what's the term where you try to, like, where it's like, oh, your God, it's like actually the same God, like oh, the Father in the caves is just God, and that's what the new Canaanites are telling them.
I understand. I would prefer to leave as soon as possible, though.
I have a mint arrow bar right now. It's really nice. Minty.
Leave me no choice. For the Sorrows.
What do we got in here?
This one is mine.
To be fair, Mormons are weird. Yeah, true. Although, the Mormons are these. He's not technically a Mormon. He's a new Canaanite, which is like a weird Mormon, an even weirder Mormon. It's like Mormonism plus 200 years of post-apocalypse. It's taken like some other stuff from other Christian denominations. Although some, depends on what Christian you ask, some don't actually consider Mormons Christian. Let's not get into that. Get a what is a double decker? What is that? Double decker. We don't have that. Oh, so this is the survivalist. This is him encountering feral ghouls. So this is him gonna kill himself turning 60, and he didn't. This is him finding the little girls. Little kids that become the Sorrows. Very sad. Very good. Grabbed it from a part of the meal deal in the bag back from the hospital. Layer of nougat, layer of crispy chocolatey things. Sounds nice. You know what? A lot could be said about English cuisine, about UK cuisine, but you guys are pretty darn good at making confectionery. You guys make some pretty good chocolates and treats and other such things. Now that I think about it, there might be the connection between you guys making really good treats and your stereotype of having poor teeth and poor dental health.
Messy business. I am glad it's over.
Ow. Oh shit, a rat. It's a stereotype because the Yanks bleach their teeth and we don't. Most Americans don't bleach their teeth. Is that a white leg?
For the sorrows.
Oh, good shooting. That was great shooting. Dark. Oh, it's poison. Maize. More corn to add to my corn collection. Well, I said it was a stereotype. Cause 10,000 damage with the unique Mojave Wasteland weapons. What? I missed? It kicked up dirt. Oh, shit.
Fight you if I must.
Beat it up.
Those tents down there, that is a White Leg war camp. Do you see the war totems they've erected around the tents? White Leg warriors pray to
Fourth in the
them for
world
strength
after
and
Danish,
savagery
Germans, and the
before
Finns,
battle.
which doesn't really surprise
This is
me.
no raiding band. I will.
So we're gonna pop up here and hit him with the grenades. Perfect. Perfect. Flawless execution. Oh no. That was awful. Ooh, I didn't look at the I picked up a 45. I want to see what this looks like in this mod. Yeah, that's a 45. That's like the most 45 that's ever been in a video game. Been rendered in a video game. I kind of wish there was like an inspect mode. I want to read what it says on the side of the gun there. I want to see how detailed the modders got. I wonder if I TFC. Oh, here we go. Beautiful. Patented April 20th, 1887. It's more steady like this. Colts, ETFM, Hartford, Connecticut. United States property. So this is a military issue one. All the different patent dates. 1897, 1902, 1905, 1911, 1913. Model of 1911 U.S. Army. Very, very nice model. What if the serial number is significant?
Here they are.
Sure, one sec.
Here they are.
Which side was it on? Mm-mm. 446933. You can just check that on their website? Even looking down the barrel, you got rifling. Oh my god, look at that. Actual military 1911 model, issues 1918. You can see the little checkering on the, whatever the fuck that button is at the front that you use to take the front plate off. I think you can even see the firing pin. Like, look. Do you see that? It's kind of hard to see without the cross. Actually, if I go to TM, toggle menu. Look, see? That's really, really detailed. It doesn't simulate a round in the chamber, but still. Like, a lot of times, like, you don't even see shit like that. There's that specific 1911. Huh. Well. Well, that's what the modder did. They used these they used this as their reference. That's really cool. Actually, you know, if I can find a Thompson, I wonder how well the wonders of the interwebs, yeah. If any of these these guys have a Thompson, I want to see if I can, how detailed that is. Oh, here we go, 45 auto submachine gun. Oop, not as detailed, I can already tell. Toggle free cam. Yeah, it doesn't look like it. Still a nice model, not a bad. Oh, never mind. Spoke too soon. Shoulder this thing. There we go. Thompson submachine gun, caliber 45, automatic cartridge, fire safe. Model of U.S. model of 1928 A1. Number serial S. Number S-473018. You can tell it is one of the later models because it doesn't have the charging handle on the top. It has it on the side. It has the very simplified handguard. these things, the Thompsons, were really expensive to make, especially the early versions. The early versions had this weird thing called a bliss, or I think it was called a bliss lock, or a blitz, something like that, like a something lock. And it was like, the idea was that there were two pieces of metal, one made out of steel and one made out of brass, I think, or something like that. And the principle was that the two pieces of different metal would have different frictional, like, they would have like different frictional, like, coefficients or something like that, that would make this weird, like, delayed locking mechanism. That didn't actually work, but what it did do is it still just, like, worked as, like, a blowback, like a simple blowback gun. And then in later models, they simplified it. They removed that. The gun worked as simple blowback. They moved the charging handle from on top of the gun to the side of the gun. That sort of weird foregrip you see on the early ones have essentially like a vertical front grip kind of thing, like an angled front grip. That was removed because it was harder to make and nowhere near as durable, and they replaced it with that sort of just standard wood front grip. Yeah, the Thompsons were ridiculously expensive, especially compared to what the fucking, like, what the British were using. You know, the Sten, which is like, the Sten is as, the Sten, I think it was Civi 11, said that the Sten is the closest that a real-world military has gotten to using a Fallout pipe gun as a weapon. And I would agree with that. So they simplified that as much as they could throughout the War of the Thompson, and eventually the idea was to replace it with the grease gun, the M3 grease gun, because the M3 grease gun was extraordinarily simpler. It was essentially the Americans' answer. It was the Americans' answer to the Sten in terms of having something like a cheap, you know, little submachine gun, something that can just, like, spit bullets out fast. The Sterling, the Sten's child, my issued weapon for like 2 years. So what you were saying is that you were a stormtrooper. You were an Imperial stormtrooper. Before getting that fucking L85. The L85 is a quality gun. What are you talking about? Sure, the magazine occasionally falls out if you, the magazine occasionally falls out if you move the gun too quickly, or if you just, like, sneeze while holding it, you know. But other than that, and all of the other things, and the fact that it had to be, like, redesigned almost entirely, yeah, it's a quality gun. What was the logic for wanting wanting the L85, like wanting a bullpup? Was it just like copying what the French were doing? Oh, the French have their own bullpup. We could have our own FAMAS. So it can fit in the back of a warrior? Is that like a... Is that like a fighting vehicle? Like an IFV or whatever? Mechanized infantry was the way to go at the time. Ooh, I like the detail here. I don't know if this is vanilla or if this is modded. This is what the road signs in Utah actually look like, the beehives, because Utah is the beehive state, or the honeycomb state, or whatever the fuck it's called. That's what they use. They use honeycombs. The FV-510 Warrior. Think British Bradley, but with all the without all the weird shit nailed to it. God, every time you say FV, so FV, because I've played World of Tanks, and like so many of the weird British vehicles are FV. Is FV just fighting vehicle? Is that the abbreviation? Fighting vehicle, yes? Okay. Everyone in Ohio are bees. Gotcha. Oh, that's like a state that's like, I think, a couple thousand kilometers away. Oh, Jesus Christ. Well, that's really fun. That was good. Thank you. Fighting vehicle. The British and their naming conventions. I think my approach them very cautiously. My favorite British named weapon is from World War II. It's okay. So World War II comes around. We need to think of ideas of weapons to give to infantry for anti-tank solutions. Infantry need to have anti-tank solutions, because tanks are a thing in this war. So... Oh, fuck. I'm dying. I forgot I'm playing on very hard. That guy is an AMR. That guy's an anti-material rifle. Holy shit. So, World War II. You need to give your infantry weapons. So the Americans, what do the Americans invent? The Americans invent a rocket launcher. They invent a man-portable rocket launcher. It fires a rocket that delivers an explosive charge to an armored target. They call it the bazooka after some weird instrument of the time. Funny name, fair enough. What did the British invent? This ginormous, spring-loaded fucking contraption. And so this spring-loaded like mortar, essentially, like portable shoulder-fired like mortar called the Piat, which is projector, infantry, anti-tank. Like such a it's like you load a warhead at the front on the thing, and there's a giant spring in the tube, and to initially cock it, there's like a pedal at the back, and what you would do is you'd put your feet, or essentially you were supposed to put your feet on that and essentially pull the weapon to cock the spring back, to cock the comically large spring inside the gun. And you did that, and the gun was cocked, and the idea was that when you fired the projectile, the recoil of the projectile was supposed to recock the spring again, so you only had to cock it the first time. Just an insane gun. I'm gonna say, I can see why the Germans decided to copy and reverse engineer the bazooka and not the Piat. I can see like the Germans being like, okay, we found the Allies have introduced these portable anti-tank weapons, and it's like one of them is a rocket launched via like a little electrical charge, and it just fires a rocket that blows up. And the other one is this giant Mickey Mouse spring contraption. Most of our weapons were developed. Weapon developers were fucking nutters. Well, it's the British tradition of like two guys in a shed. You laugh, but they were used in the 70s by the Indian Army to take take out Pakistani T-62s. Jesus Christ, it's like a game of Civilization. Civilization. Do you know the story of the Arctic Warfare snipers? No, I actually do not. Maybe I do, but go on anyway. Ooh, 10% to fire, poison, energy, and radiation. You know what? Why not? Fuck it. Why not? I'll take that. It'll stack my resistances even higher. I'm pretty resistances. What do we have resistance wise? We have 66 rad resist, 46 poison resist, and then 10 energy and fire, which isn't bad on our own. That's not bad. Oh my god, all of our buffs. Literally three blokes in a shed knocked together a sniper rifle for the army in the late 90s, early 2000s. Are we talking about the... Oh, look. Hey, look, a free anti-material rifle. Thank you. Oh, I don't have the strength for it, but she's beautiful. Look at her. The PGM, I think? PGM Hecate 2? Hecate? How do you pronounce it? It's the witch. The witch from the thing. Hecate? Hecate? Hoko? I always said Hecate. Or Hecate? Hecate? I don't know.
I'm with you. This one is mine.
I can't wield this properly. Hecate? Hecate. 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 Oh my lord, he's huge. Hecate. Hecate. Three blokes. Okay, and they won the competition somehow, and one of the requirements for entering was that you needed to produce 800 of the fuckers in a short amount of time, so they rented a warehouse, filled it with random tools and bits of guns when the enemies wanted a tour around our warehouse, and then the army asked where all the staff were. Oh my god. We sent them out for lunch, no worries. Got the contract, fantastic shit. Like, this almost sounds like a weapons version of, like, the fucking producers. Like, they were gonna make, like, a scam gun, but then they actually make a gun. You know what I mean? Like, it's not the perfect comparison, but I don't know, it just feels like that. They used the initial payout to actually set up a production line. Jesus. Are they a good gun? Like, are they good? It's almost like a story of, like, fake it till you make it. You know, they did it.
If I must. For the sorrows.
Bloody everyone uses them. Even the Yanks use them. Well, to be fair, nobody was rushing to buy an L85, so... Nobody was like, yo, gun that drops a magazine? Yo, fucking inject it right into my veins. Here you go. Sell the entire inventory and buy all of those. It's just too easy to make fun of that gun. I'm sorry, it just is. So, I know it'd be hard to, like, find definitive information about that, but, like, did the L-85 end up killing anyone? Like, did some poor fucking soldier die because his gun just, like, just broke on him? Because it was, like, you know, someone fighting in the middle of combat and, oops, my magazine's fallen out. Because if so, that's just like, that's just fucking awful. I guess it's one of those things you always have to, like, the classic, you always remember your weapon is weapon, lowest bidder, and all that. There's always one I suspected that did the rounds back in Bosnia. Oh shit. Chap got brought back DOA, and apparently his rifle mag wasn't loaded when he got hit. Whether it was a coincidence or it fell out when he dropped his rifle or he was reloading, don't know. I guess it's one of those things where you're like, God, you hope that at least it wasn't his rifle failed horrendously when he needed it. Because that would, again, that would just suck. But the rumor back in the day was he got killed because his mag dropped out of the well when he went to clear an alleyway. And oh my god. Just like, I fucking like... Your mag drops out. You're in combat or you're in a tense situation. You don't notice it because you don't expect the magazine of your gun to just fucking fall out. And, you know, you go ready, you know, to clear an alleyway. You think you have a full magazine loaded when you actually have a single round in the chamber. And you turn the corner and you, like, you fire around and then oops, and then, well, I guess I'm going to die now. That fucking, Jesus. It's easy to laugh at the L-85 from, like, a mechanical standpoint, from a standpoint of just, like, bad gun, haha. And you think, oh my, you just think about, like, this is, you know, people are depending on these things to help keep them alive. And they fail miserably. It's like, Jesus Christ. I guess I'll pick up the remaining points in Zion before we continue the main quest here, because we're almost done.
Even my best herbs won't.
You definitely notice, but if you drop that as you turn the corner, oomph, it's like, well, yeah, like imagine, it's like, yeah, you turn the corner to, you know, to put rounds down an alley or whatever, and it's just, just a rumor? Well, hopefully if it was just a rumor then, because that sucks. Military can neither confirm or deny. Oh, so it did happen. It's just the military didn't want to admit it. Flute. Banana yucca flute. Yucca. Ukulele. Remember ukulele? Oh my god! That's what I get for mentioning ukulele. Mention ukulele and I attacked by bears. The L85 was made by Enfield, which is government owned. Which probably explains why it was so shit. But if it was made by some third-party company, they could just blame them for being shit. Yeah. Royal Ordnance or whatever the fuck Enfield is called now. These white legs are assholes. Yeah, again, I was about to say, yeah, it mentions ukulele and then get attacked by possessed demonic spirit of banjo.
Good kill.
It's owned by BAE, because of course it is. BAE makes all the things, right? Is Rare doing anything? Speaking of British companies, we just brought up. Is Rare stuck in the Is Rare stuck in the Sea of Thieves mines? Are they doing like anything else? Does anyone at Microsoft know that they own a bunch of gaming companies still? Like, is it gonna come up at like a I don't know, like the yearly shareholder meeting, where it's like, someone's gonna be like, well, sir, Mr. Man in charge, I know how corporations work. What about Xbox? And it's like, Xbox? I thought we got rid of Xbox years ago. We don't have any gaming companies. And then they have to explain to them that Xbox is in like shambles and they've closed down a bunch of companies, and it's like only a couple years ago did they buy fucking like Bethesda. That person will then proceed to jump out of the highest window they can find. I think they only believe they own Halo right now. I'm sure someone does, but he's on holiday since 2010. I don't know, it's just like, what if their master plan was to like buy as many companies as they can just to sink them? They purposely want to bring the gaming industry down with no survivors. What was it? It was like only a couple days ago. It was Warner Brothers. Warner Brothers is like maybe being purchased by Netflix. Is that something that's happening? And I think there was like a thing where like Netflix did not consider any of their gaming properties valuable at all. They consider them essentially to be worthless, which is really funny. They wheel out the rigid pottery of Phil Spencer, who is still stuck saying Call of Duty, television, 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 sports, sports, sports. Oh my god, I remember with the Xbox One where it's like, it's all about TV. We're going to put TV on your Xbox because that's what you want. TV and Call of Duty. Oh my god. And then, speaking of there was another thing recently where it was like, for the last month, I want to say for November or something, it was the top console sales. It's like, first was like Nintendo, second was PlayStation, something like that. And then in third, what's it called? In third place, it was like some random fucking like weird third-party console that like nobody's ever heard of that sounds like it was like a fake thing generated by AI. And it was like, oh my god. You know, it is funny. I recently went to my local Walmart and I took a browse at the electronics section. And the electronics section of the Walmart has been split into years. For years, it's been split into different, like, by different, you know, gaming company. There's a huge row of, like, locked cases of Nintendo stuff. Switch 1 and 2 consoles, Switch 1 and 2 games, controllers, other periphery. Huge, like, row of Nintendo, all with, like, the red logos and everything. Opposite side, huge row of PlayStation games, PlayStation 5s, all the PlayStation controllers, all the other sort of stuff, you know, for that. And then, there are no Xboxes, there are no Xbox games. The only thing there Xbox branded were Xbox controllers. That was the only thing that was there, and I actually considered maybe buying another Xbox controller because I quite like Xbox controllers. I use them whenever a game requires a controller. And I bought one like 2 years ago, and I might buy like another one just to have a spare in case it breaks and before they get rare. If it does come to the point where it's like, we are no longer producing anything Xbox. What's a Walmart? It's a big store where you can buy a bunch of stuff. You know what a Walmart is. Just because you don't have it, you know what a Walmart is. You probably do have some equivalent of like a superstore in your country. I think my favorite part, the X-Bone reveal, was Sony cobbling together a 40-second video of how you trade games. Oh right, yeah, the trade. How do you trade games on the? I remember that. How do you trade games on the PlayStation? It's just two people handing a physical game to each other. But yeah. I might actually have to buy another Xbox controller. And now I'm actually thinking like, oh god, what if they do just like if they do announce that they're not making any more Xbox stuff anymore, people will go out and buy like 800 of them. Everyone will buy one and they'll be like resold for like 700% markup. Please. No, I just want to buy a controller. They used to be $60.
Used to be a place of peace.
Sony devs were pissing themselves laughing at the X-Bone reveal. Well, it's funny how that would have been around what, PlayStation 4 times. So it was funny because it's like everyone passes around the embarrassment stick when it comes to consoles. It seems because like everyone made fun of Sony for the PlayStation 3. You know, what was it like? The whole thing was like $599 US. You're gonna pay for that. You know, oh, you're gonna take out a loan, get a second job to pay for it, whatever the fuck they said. And then, you know, people just like made fun of like, you know, and then people made fun of I just realized that the fucking top left marks aren't appearing again. I'm not being informed when I'm getting a critical hit. I'm not being informed when there's enemies nearby, fast traveling. I'm gonna reload the game and see if that helps. Still prefer Killzone to Halo. I will call you weird. I've only played one Killzone game, and I don't remember it. I wouldn't say much. I wouldn't like. I have like nothing to say about Killzone, so it's like, yeah, you have probably a more informed opinion because you've played both. I have not. Like, I've played Killzone. One Killzone. I don't remember which one, and I don't remember anything about it. But so I'm not gonna like say it's good or bad because I just don't remember it. Bill Zone. Okay, we got the bridge, and we got that tunnel. It's dark. Is there a bed in this trailer? Yes. I'll sleep next to the skeleton, it's fine. There we go. See, look, those, like in the top left, sometimes those things just disappear. They don't tell you, like, they just, that mod breaks. It's a really nice mod, the message mod, because being able to see multiple messages, up to 3 messages at a time, and they go much quicker is so much better than the vanilla, but man, it just consistently breaks. I'm old enough to remember normal adults talking about being in the war. I see Nazi Esploskin and flips a cultural switch in my head. So what you're saying is that you are a sleeper agent. You want to talk, Mr. Fourscore. Listen, I like history, and I like American history, and I'm reading about the Civil War, and let me just flip this little Abraham Lincoln-shaped switch. Fourscore and 7 years ago, our fathers brought forth onto this continent a nation conceived in liberty and dedicated to the proposition that all men are created equal. Now we are engaged in a great civil... Okay, it's over. Good. I just realized Walking Cloud is stuck on that, like, rock. She's stuck all the way... Okay, great. Hope that doesn't break anything. Seeing an orange sash. Well, what? I don't get that. I don't know about orange sashes. That's probably a thing for wherever you are. Also, marching season. You guys have a marching season? Okay. That's everything in Zion found. All of the Zion is found. Those in a row, started talking about the dames to taking the dames to the dance at the town hall, and going out for a milkshake. I'm gonna go out for a malt later at the diner. It will cost 4 cents. It's a very Northern Irish thing. Don't worry about it. Too long don't read. Due to a little bit of sectarian violence, Protestants are only allowed to march at certain times of the year and through certain places. Still causes riots every year, though. Ah. Oh, okay. Police in Northern Ireland had 3 of their armored Land Rovers Molotov this year during marching season. Oh. Well, it's weird because, like, I don't know. We don't have, like, it's, like, we have a bunch of, well, like, we have, Canada has, like, a fairly high population of Catholics, as well as a bunch of different Protestant denominations. But then also Canada has Catholic schools that are publicly funded because that's in the Constitution, and nobody wants to change it because changing the Constitution is impossible. Or, like, not, like, it's very difficult. So, yeah. I don't know if that was Quebec's fault, but it usually is, so I'm going to say it's Quebec's fault.
I'm glad to see you're still with us. How can I help you?
Checked on everything in the valley and got you a map of Grand Staircase.
I appreciate it. Well, that's it. This is all we need. Now all that's left is to quietly pack up and try to get out of here without being noticed. That's assuming that Joshua won't try to stop me.
Think if the Quebecers did anything, Quebecois did anything other than bitching about everything. There was that one time they kidnapped a bunch of politicians. That happened.
I'll tell you again. There's more at stake.
Not all of Quebec, but some of them. I'm just looking at my phone. My bad. Alright, so we're gonna... I think we should leave Zion. I'm doing this Leave Zion one because I never do it, and I forget what it's like.
It may be. Even knowing that. We'll be trapped. Once our...
Daniel must have made it to the tunnel by now. But there are sorrows all over the valley. We have to help them and get Daniel out of here.
I do like how you don't have to convince...
Right.
You don't have to convince Joshua Graham to actually... Like, you have to convince Daniel to be like, we should leave Zion, or we should fight the White Legs. But Joshua is like, well, we'll just leave then. Can I just, like, wait till day? I know it's supposed to be like we're leaving in the middle of the night. It does make it really hard to see. So we're coming to the end of this DLC. And this DLC is very dull. It's probably the most boring DLC. Like, Lonesome Road is annoying because of Ulysses. Ulysses is an annoying fucking character. He talks way too much. He feels like an insane nutter. And he's not fun to, like, deal with. But Lonesome Road in itself is kind of like a fun, well-put-together dungeon to go through. I enjoy playing it. Where Honest Hearts is kind of just like, I don't know, like the characters aren't great. Like, it's interesting to kind of talk to Joshua Graham, but like, there's nothing particularly interesting. The story isn't particularly interesting. The quests aren't particularly interesting. Daniel's a side character in your story, but you're a side character in Joshua Graham's story. I just shot his... Like I shot his gun. God, imagine like that one guy had a varmint rifle firing little 2.2 rounds. Imagine like one guy gets a 308 rifle, the other guy gets an automatic 45 submachine gun, and then you get the varmint rifle firing 22 LR. I'm helping. I'm helping. I'm debating if I should spam my redeem, but I low key don't want to spend my hard-earned points. Hard-earned points. The points are literally meaningless. I like seeing a high number. Well, then keep them. Listen, they're Fed funds. They're Fed funds. I'm literally the Federal Reserve. I'm just printing money. It's worthless. The currency is worthless. How can I tell if the tribal armorer doesn't like me? 45 submachine gun. 308 rifle, and for you, here's sorry, you have to take this little 22 plinker, single shot plinker. What is this QI? The points are never meaningless. No, this is whose line? The rules are made up and the points don't matter. Oh, ooh, that looks good. Cowboy clown. Ooh. I like that. Look at me. Enjoying the long 15. I'm in Zion. I'm actually, sorry, I'm in, I've lost my train of thought. I was gonna say I'm in Utah, and I almost said Ohio because of earlier. Jesus Christ. Let's do it. Just go. Deal with it. You're pretty good at this. Okay, maybe not. Alright, there we go. Whose Line? American's Whose Lines was so painful to watch. American Whose Line, like, some of the older stuff is actually really funny. Ryan Stiles, Colin Mockery. Probably, it's the one I think of off the top of my head where it's like the prompt was like the prompt was like it's like things that you can say that will always start a fight. And the one guy goes up and he goes, "You guys want to fight?" And it's just perfect. Things you can say to your dog, but not your wife. Come, yeah. Oh, Jesus. Ooh, hunting revolver. Big old hunting. Who's hunting with a revolver? I know people do it before you say it. I know people hunt with revolvers, but it just seems like, I don't know, an exercise in breaking your wrist. I wonder if I can get them. I wonder if I can get them from here with the grenade launcher. Oh, that was a hit. Oh, imagine being these white legs, and then suddenly everything just starts exploding. 40mm grenades start falling on your head. Alright, that wasn't bad. I ranged that pretty well. Boom. Retake the bridge. Was the host that Drew Carey. I want to say that like one of the regulars on American Whose Line, one of the American regulars on the American Whose Line was a Canadian. Yeah. Colin Mockery. He was born in Scotland, but he's Canadian. Also Ryan Stiles. He's Canadian and American. Wayne Brady was also pretty good on that. The show, wow, goddamn. Level 19. Put explosives up a little bit, why not? Oh, we really should. I can't believe, actually no, I can't believe speech isn't at 100 yet. That's ridiculous. I've never met some Canadian that is also something else meaning. I'm just gonna mess. Sorry, 1 second. Well, that would work here. Just planning some get-togethers with family. Someone texted me asking me if I'm good for a certain date, and I said I am. And yeah. Really? There we go. Canadian American or Canadian Scottish, Canadian Irish. I'm also Canadian, but I'm also French, mainly French. Fucking no, thank you, Quebec. And everyone who's Canadian who's just that. Well, the reason is that it usually falls into two categories of why you get that with Canadians. One of the reasons is that there are a lot of Canadians who their family has been here possibly for hundreds of years, but they have like links, you know, like, oh, my family has been here for hundreds of years, and, you know, we came from Ireland, we came from Scotland, we came from France, we came from England. So they have that sort of lineage, and they want to, you know, they make it sort of, they're proud of that lineage. And then the other reason is that there are often Canadians who maybe came here, they're maybe second generation, third generation, and so it's like they're Canadian, but their family came from, you know, wherever. You know. RCAF used to do a huge amount of support services in some of my deployments. I have piles of Canadians, so my sample size is off for that. Can't see shit, Captain. Joshua, where'd you go? He probably got stuck on. Joshua Graham is stuck.
In the deer.
Nice blokes, like them more than the Yanks. Most of them didn't quite get the idea of the RAF having infantry. Well, I don't get the idea of the RAF having infantry. You guys should be flying planes. I'm scared of heights, no thanks. It's like the fucking Navy having tanks. It just doesn't feel right.
Foolish, Outman. You best white legs you think. By my...
Oh shit. They gave him a lot of health. But you know what will help here? Drugs. Really wish I could see what's going on.
Please, have you done everything you can? You've done more than I could have ever hoped.
Goodbye. Bye. That's the DLC. It's over. Daniel has given you the detonator that is set to detonate the C4 placement of the month. Collapse the tunnel, prevent the light. Okay. You say that with the Navy having tanks, with the Yanks, we're fine with that. Marines having armored battalion. Marines, different. Marines are amphibious. Wow, I actually got an achievement for that on Steam. I've never actually evacuated Zion.
The conflict between the new Canaanites and the Whitelegs was finally resolved. The courier's involvement had tipped the scale, shifting.
Marines are part of the Navy? No, they are an independent branch of the U.S. Armed Forces. They are not part of the Navy. If you told a Marine that they're part of the Navy, they'd be very upset. They'd put down the crayons they're eating and they would get very mad.
For assimilation, but were denied. Their failure to eradicate the new Canaanites in Grand Staircase and farther up the Colorado had not gone unnoticed. The Whitelegs made a half-hearted effort to find the new Canaanites, but were driven off by dead horses trained in the ways of Joshua Graham. The Whitelegs lost all hope of joining the Legion and disintegrated into a number of petty raiding bands, leaving Zion Valley a polluted cistern.
Daniel succeeded in leading the Sorrows out of Zion, as he had wanted to do from the start.
Marines should be part of the Navy?
Protected the Sorrows during the evacuation, ensuring that most
I don't think the Marines would agree.
Over the weeks and months to come, Daniel would see to the Sorrows' resettlement in Grand Staircase. Their adjustment to their new home was not without difficulty, but eventually, the Sorrows came to accept the loss of Zion.
Having helped Daniel and the Sorrows escape from Zion, the Dead Horses returned to their home at Dead Horse Point. The tribe
They're part of the
continued
Navy
to
over
learn
here.
from the new Canaanites, and over many years built a flourishing community along the banks of the Colorado.
Got the U.S.
The tribe's bond would endure.
Marines are their own thing. I don't know why. I can't remember the history, but they are.
Tenets of New Canaan's faith.
Already weakened by several seasons of bad trading, the Happy Trails Caravan Company was initially discouraged by the results of its expedition, the fate of
Reasons.
the and the evacuation of the Sorrows from Zion made the prospect of trading seem fruitless. When Daniel told his family about the exploits of Happy Trails employee the courier,
Reasons.
New Canaan decided to repay the company's kindness. Twice per year, New Canaanites made the dangerous journey west to trade with a company in the city of New Reno. The Happy Trails Caravan Company could not survive on such trading alone, but the New Canaanites' generosity made tough times go easier.
Yay, we did it. What happened?
Home in Zion to safety in Grand Staircase. Daniel continued.
Actually, you know, I could probably skip this by just going behind the screen and killing the NPC.
The beliefs of his people to a new generation of young men and women, as his ancestors had for centuries.
To be fair, the Royal Marines and the United States Marine Corps have very different jobs. Yeah, the U.S. Marine Corps is like
There were nights when he awoke with
they do all the thing.
of Zion.
And with that, the courier walked out of the history of the tribes of Zion.
I think we're done.
Back to the gathering storm of the Mojave Wasteland.
Yeah, okay, that's it. It was almost over. All right, that's this done. I can get all the cool. I could take all this, but I'll take the Bible. I'll take it all. Okay, let's get out of here. Done. We did it. Zion. We never have to go back there again. Our little trip to a national park went all right.